Thanks so much for clicking on another one of my videos, and welcome to a very mellow and very tired Katie. I have my second cup of coffee full here, and I'm sitting down to do my makeup while the kids are watching a movie right outside and the little one is napping, and I just want to put on some makeup to feel a little bit better because I didn't sleep much last night. My 3-year-old has a horrible cough, which doesn't bother him at all during the day, but makes it impossible for him to sleep at night because he's just coughing so hard. So I was up most of the night last night with him, trying to help him sit up and cough and make sure he doesn't like vomit all over the sheets and make sure he's still breathing. So that was my night last night. I didn't wake up early to do my makeup, and I almost just ignored doing makeup altogether, but I like doing makeup just as a pick-me-up and a wake-me-up. It makes me feel a little bit more awake and not so much like I'm about to fall over and fall asleep. So I decided, since I just put my youngest down, Levi, I would go ahead, sit down, and just do a very simple laid back, one of my laid back chit chat get ready with me videos, and we could chat about hair, oddly enough, while I do my makeup. And for the makeup, I want to actually use this little palette here. It's from Midas Cosmetics. It's their little 9 pancake liner palette. I don't like the name, so I don't usually say it, but it's linked down below if you want it. But I've been meaning to show this on my channel and also do, you know, kind of like graphic liner. I had thought about doing like a everything you need to know about graphic liner, but I don't know everything there is to know about graphic liner, and I know 2 other content creators that I follow do know a lot more and have been doing graphic liner a lot longer than I have, and they're just a lot better at it. So I'm gonna link them down below. One is Giovanni and one is Sky. I'm blanking on their usernames, like their YouTube channels specifically, but I know both of them have done videos, so I'll leave them linked down below, and I highly encourage you to check them out. But I'm just gonna play with this. I got inspiration from Giovanni. I believe her name is Giovanni. Let me double check that. I'm the worst at names and I feel terrible. Maybe it's Giovanna. I'm so sorry. But anyway, I was inspired by this look that she did right here. Look at this. It's an all graphic liner look. I typically don't do these because I like to play with eyeshadow, but today I'm not going to be doing too much with eyeshadow, so I was like, you know what? Maybe I can recreate this, and instead of doing the exact same colors, I can use the Midas palette. That's what we're gonna do today. Let's just go ahead and get started and do my makeup. I'm actually going to be using this Pure 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie foundation. I picked it up during the sale, the 21 Days of Beauty sale. I've been curious to try it. I have their 4-in-1 tinted moisturizer. It's okay, I just don't like how it wears on me. Like, it's nice, but it's definitely not as nice as like my CoverGirl. I think it's CoverGirl. Which one is it? I have such a bad memory. This one, CoverGirl Clean Matte BB Cream. This wears so well like a foundation, but it looks so much more natural than a foundation. I love it. I've been wearing it almost every day recently. But anyway, I got this, so I wanted to try it, and since I'm starting with a bare face today and I'm not doing much with eyeshadow, I figured we can do foundation on camera and we can try this out, because I feel like everyone used to rave about this 4-in-1 foundation when it first launched. Not too bad of a match. They raved about it so much, and I was always so curious, but I never wanted to spend the money on it. I think I got pregnant right when it came out. If I remember correctly, I got pregnant with Levi and we were moving, so I ended up not getting it because of that, and then after the fact it just felt too late. Oh, that's a scab. Never mind. I was like, why it's black on my face? But anyway, so I'm curious to see what this is all about. It's a bit heavier than I guess I was feeling today, but this is what we're doing. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. I'm sorry I am I feel very mellow. I need more coffee. But I wanted to talk about hair today because I'm going on something of a hair journey, and I don't even know if it's going to work out, which feels so weird to say. It's like, what do you mean, Katie? You've gone on a hair journey. Don't know if it'll work out. You're 28 years old and you're like just now trying this out on your hair, but that's what I'm doing. And basically it's that I think I have curly hair, or I think I have wavy hair, and if that's the case, I want to embrace the wavy hair like all my life. And like I said, I'm 28 years old. I've always just, you know, treated my hair as straight, and especially since becoming a mom the last 5 or so years, I literally do nothing to my hair. And when I say nothing, like, I think some people think I'm just, you know, being silly and like, oh, you do nothing because you do the bare minimum. No, I actually do nothing. Like the past 5 years, I wash and condition my hair in the shower once a week, and that's it. Like, I rarely ever do anything after the shower. I rarely ever style my hair when I go out. My hair is just how you see in my videos. I usually leave it down, I tie it back. I never do anything to my hair, and I've just, I don't know, gotten to the point where, I don't know, I've never really liked my hair. It's just there, you know, it's just my hair. But I was getting out of the shower like a week or so ago, and I took my hair out of my turban thingy, I forget what it's called, but you know, the thing you put in to let your hair dry, and it was so like wavy and curly and pretty, and I was like, you know what, if I could just freeze that and that's the way my hair could look when it's dried, I would love that, because it looks, I just like a very gentle wave, just has some texture and definition and not just, you know, how my hair usually is. And so I had put it on my Instagram, was like, does anyone know, like, do I have curly hair? Because this is how my hair looks all the time when I take it out of a towel, or even when I don't take it out of a towel, or, you know, I put it up very messily, take it out quickly. As it dries, it has these waves to it, but as soon as my hair is dry, I brush it and it's gone. So I never have it stay, except for, like, you can see a little bit of a gentle wave after I brush my hair. You can see a little bit still remaining. I just always thought it was kinks from tying my hair up. Anyway, so I got a couple people recommending things and a couple people recommending channel. I found, I think it's Mel's by Maine, who I just kind of like binge watched a bunch of her videos, and she had a video on like doing like curly girl methods on people, or like, you know, they were cousins of theirs who didn't think they had curly hair. They always treated it as a straight, and then they showed the results and they had like beautiful wavy hair, and I was like, that's literally my hair when I get out of the shower. So I think I have wavy hair. Okay, it's a little bit heavier, like I said, than I was wanting today. Not the product's fault. It's a foundation. My fault. But anyway, I'm just going to put some concealer on. This is, I don't even know, Kevin Aquan. So anyway, after watching that video, kind of led me down a rabbit trail of watching all her other videos, and I really was enjoying like the things I was like learning from her, but it's also extremely overwhelming. Like, oh my goodness. There is something beautiful about like washing and showering, you know, washing my hair and conditioning my hair in the shower, and then just like walking out, and I never do anything, and it's fine. Like, my hair didn't look horrible. My husband says he liked my hair. He's like, why do you want it wavy? I always liked your hair. And I'm like, but I never really did. Anyway, there's something very simplistic to that, because in order to get like wavy curly hair, you have to do a lot. Like, you have to put a lot of product in, you have to treat your hair a certain way, and I mean, Mel even talks about like sleeping in certain bonnets. You gotta, you know, do something to your hair every day to like refresh and like fix the curls. You gotta protect the curls, you gotta diffuse, and I'm just like, that's a lot of time, but I'm kind of determined to try it. I mean, I am determined to try it because I bought a bunch of products, and I just got all the products, or like most of the products, in the mail this like past wash day, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try it. And so I tried it, and it definitely kept the curl until it came to the drying point, and I think I just don't know, either I don't know how to diffuse properly, or I just don't have enough time to, because when I had to go diffuse, like, I was in such a rush. I was just trying to hurry up by that point, because like I said, I usually don't do anything in my hair, so I washed at night, and I was just trying to hurry up so we could put the kids to bed and whatnot and get going with the night, that and I have very long hair, and it was just taking forever, and after about 10 minutes of diffusing, I was like, it's done. And then as my hair continued to dry, I just felt like it got frizzier and more just like normal my hair. It's like, I don't know, clumpy and a mess. It just continued to get that way, and then by morning time it just looked terrible. And so I ended up brushing it out. And that's another thing that's been really hard for me to figure out, is like in all my researching and stuff like that, I don't understand, like, growing up for the past 28 years, every day I brush my hair in the morning to keep the knots out. Like, that's what I do to keep my hair from getting knotty and whatnot. But with the trying to have this wavy hair, I feel like it's a big no-no to, at least from what I've seen, you don't brush your hair, because that just makes all the, you know, the curls go away and diffuse and whatnot. So in the morning after I did that whole routine, I was like, well, now what do I do? So I tried to do the whole refresh method with wetting it, putting mousse in it, and then having to diffuse it again, which took a long time. And again, I didn't have enough time to actually sit there and like fully dry my hair. So after about, like, I don't know, over 50% of my hair was dry, I was just like, whatever, the rest can dry. I could see curls at that time, but I just didn't have time to fully dry it. So I was like, you know, I'll just let it air dry. And I let it air dry, and then, I don't know, if you watched my video of spring pellets, that is the day that I tried to refresh my hair, and I feel like you can't even tell that it has waves, let alone much definition at all. So I felt like that was a fail, and I could feel, you know, there's product in my hair, so I can feel almost like a roughness to the hair, like it's not very smooth. It feels like it gets knotty easily. So then this morning I went and woke up, and there were just so many knots in my hair, and I was just like, whatever. And I took the brush and I brushed my hair out like I normally would, so I don't have knots anymore, but I also just don't have any kind of curl really definition. I think you can see a little bit of wave, but nothing. So my first attempt I feel like was a fail. I'm gonna use my Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer today. I'm not gonna do too much with my base makeup or like, you know, bronzing blush and whatnot. I did find another girl, and I can't remember her name. I'll leave her link down below, but I've been like binging her content the past 2 days because she has hair like mine. Like, I love Mel and Mel's by Maine. It's very informative, learning about like protein with your hair and what your hair needs, and like, you know, doing a hard cleanse, doing a more moisturizing cleanse. It's a lot, but I'm trying to learn it. I really do like Mel's channel, but I found this other girl, and the reason I've been like really enjoying her content is because her hair looks like mine. Like, it's just a very gentle wave. It's nothing too intense. It's not really curly at all. It just has a little wave to it, and she's got a bunch of videos, and she's recently been getting a lot more curl definition in her hair, so I've been trying to learn a lot from her because I'm just like, okay, she looks like my hair does when it's wet, so I think if I, you know, can follow her directions and learn from her, I can get my hair kind of giving just that wave. It's almost like, you know, the kind of wave I'm looking for is like when you take that crimp, remember that 3 like wave crimper that was really popular and people would do it and then shake it out and it just had this very gentle wave. That's kind of the curl that I see in my hair when I get out of the shower, and that's kind of what I want to see in my hair when my hair is dry. So that's what I'm going for, and that's kind of what she has. Though recently she's been experimenting with different things and different routines, and she's getting a lot more curl, which is exciting because it's like, hey, if she can get it, then maybe I can even get that type of curl, because I've always loved curly hair, but I've never embraced it or tried to get it, because leading up to this point I thought the only way I could get that was like actually taking a curling iron every day and curling my hair, and I just don't have time for that. So yeah, that's been kind of like where I've been at like mentally in the last couple weeks, or I guess the last week and a half. I kind of got it in my head. I asked on Instagram, and that just led me down the rabbit hole, and now I'm like, okay, I've made 2 orders from Ulta. Thankfully I was able to use my Ulta points, 2,000 Ulta points, to buy a bunch of product, because boy are some things expensive. And like, especially when I'm starting something, I kind of want to grab the products that they're most recommended, and then after I get a routine and figure out how, you know, my hair will work and how I can get it curled, then I can try to find cheaper alternatives. So anyway, right up front it's kind of been a little pricey, but I'm committed, I guess. Okay, I went ahead and put the brightness on my camera down a little bit because I felt like I was a little washed out. I'm going to prime with the Sheer Wisdom Serum from Butter London. And then I think I'm going to use, I'm actually going to use one of the Cliona multi-chrome shadows all over my lid, and then I'm going to do all the liner work because I think that'll look pretty. And I don't know, I feel kind of sad not doing any eyeshadow, so I think a big multi-chrome like just all over my lid and then doing that graphic liner around it will be really pretty. So that is what I'm going to do, just to have a little bit of sparkle on my lid. I think that's the problem for me when I think about doing like all graphic liner looks, is that I kind of miss the aspect of actually doing eyeshadow, because eyeshadow I just find a lot of fun to blend and mix shades together. I'm going to take this one. What is this called? Courtyard from Cliona Cosmetics. It's this green, very pretty like pastel green one. This is one I haven't used on camera. I've used the other 2 that I own on camera in previous duping the design videos, but I haven't used this one and I'm curious. I feel like I don't see the shift at all when I like look at this or swatch it. So I don't know if it's just supposed to be such a light one, but we'll see. I'm just gonna throw it on and then we'll do the graphic liner. And I also think this will complement this duochrome or multi-chrome really nicely, because, or this will complement the palette because it's a green pink liner palette. So I think this shifts, this shadow shifts a little pink, so I feel like that'll look really nice. So I'm just gonna throw it on like here, and I might fill in any gaps after I do the liner look. Cliona shadows, I want to do a video once I kind of got my thoughts on it, but like I said, this is the first time I'm using this shadow. I still need to use them. My thing with them is that they're so expensive, and I don't think I'm like crazy enough for multi-chromes enough to appreciate them with how expensive they are. Because I feel like for me, if something doesn't blow me away and it's expensive, it just takes it down a little bit farther in my eyes, because it's like, oh my gosh, I spent so much money and I'm not like in love with it. So it just, the cost of the product haunts me so much more. Kind of like the Natasha Denona Circa Local palette. Like, I have no issues with it at all. It's a beautiful palette, beautiful color story, beautiful formula, but it's like, it was $130, and I just, every time I use it, it's like, yeah, this is great, but I could have got this look, this same thing so much cheaper. Anyway, I'll save that for when I do my actual review. Let's get into the cake liner palette. I just have this old, it's a Smashbox primerizer. I filled it with water, I cleaned it out and filled it with water, and that's what I use whenever I do my cake liner, and I just drop a couple drops into whichever color that I want. And I have a couple little things here that I use. This is a nail art brush that I just randomly had in my nail cabinet that I pulled out. And then I also got a bunch of these Makeup by Tammy brushes. It was like a whole collection. I'll say that like a lot of them I was kind of disappointed in when I bought it, because I don't know if you can see, but some of these are just so big. Like, I'm not gonna use, I don't know, maybe I would, but maybe some people would, but when I do my graphic liner, I like very tiny, very fine type of brushes. And I think I have like 3 in this, oh no, 4 in this big collection that I'll actually use. And these 5 are just too big for me. Anyway, let's jump into it. I think for the blue, I'm gonna do red. And then for the pink that she has here, I think I'm going to do green there. And then for that really light teal blue, I think I'm gonna do that pink. So that's gonna be like my color story using this palette to recreate this look. I don't think I'm going to, at least I'm not planning to do this liner underneath, because I feel like for my eyes, they're so downturned, it would bring my eyes down a lot. And I just don't know. I'm scared, okay? Let me just throw that out there. I'm kind of scared of this look. I don't know if this will work on my eye shape, because like she has all this beautiful graphic liner work, and I think she has hooded eyes in that even when she opens her eyes, it might cover it a little bit, but for the most part you can still see it. But for me, when I open my eyes, like I don't have a lot of brow space here to bring the line in without my hooded or like my deep set eyes eating it. That's my issue. So I don't know how this look is gonna look on me, but that's fine. Today I'm not going anywhere. I'm very tired. I can wash my face off after this if it's a total mess. So that's what I'm going for. We'll see if this works on my downturned, very deep set eyes. Also, I can see that shift. I can see the pink shift in that shadow. I kind of like it. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump into this. I'm going to start with like being very light and more outlining all of these angles that I'm gonna do, because like I said, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm kind of scared. I don't even know what I use. I think I'm gonna use this dark red. I'm gonna start with this green, and then for the pink, I think I'll do this one just so it doesn't look too light. Because something to note with cake liners, anytime I wet them, they get lighter than they look. Like this one I totally thought was a brown, but it's actually like a deep / bright red. Anyway, let's go ahead and start. I'm going to start with that red. For like the ratio of, you know, how much to put on, again, I'm going to have their videos down below of the 2 creators who I know did it really well. All I do is I put a drop of water and mix it up till it looks like what I'm looking for. It looks kind of like a liquid liner. I'm just stalling, honestly. Let me take another look at her eye. Just got to go for it. Whew, okay, now that I've done that, kind of, let's see, brings it back. Maybe that wasn't the right. I'm gonna come around and do this part, and then I'll connect them. Oh, this is the part I'm not sure about, because I want to be able to see it when my eyes are open a little bit. I think my biggest tip with graphic liner and doing this, you just gotta go, because if you kind of like start and stop, I feel like I get all these little like wiggly lines that look terrible. So yeah, at one point when I'm doing the graphic liner, I'm like, okay, just go for it. And then most days it works out okay. Okay, so I kind of like how this is going. Watch me mess it up. Okay, I don't think that looks too bad, and you can kind of see it when my eyes are open. Okay, I'm literally sweating. Why did I think this would be relaxing and good to do when I'm half asleep? Let's try it again on this side, because this is the hard part, is getting them even when I have 2 different eyes. Like 2 different eye shapes. It's so annoying when doing makeup. I think the biggest tip for me when doing graphic liner is to do like inside, outside. Like for cut creases, I do like the inside, the outside, and then I connect it where it makes sense here, because that's always my struggle, is how to do this area, because I have such a deep set and downturned eyes. It just kind of can look weird when my eyes are open. So I kind of just do it in small steps. Okay, that's good. Okay, that was the one I was most nervous about, because it's like the biggest area is getting that shape. I don't hate that. So now I'm going to line my waterline, or like line my lashes. I really like this color red. It's very pretty, very, very bold. This part I got. Okay, and I think with her, she went more down instead of kind of making a cat eye. But for my eyes, again, maybe because of my downturned eyes, but I want to give it a little bit of a wing here instead of just kind of following my eye shape. I like to do more uplifting when it comes to my cat eyes and stuff because I feel like it helps not hide, but it doesn't make my downturned eyes so severe. And I just like the cat eye lifted look. Let's see, what's the next step? I think I have a little bit more that blue kind of wrapping around to circle it, so I'm going to do that and then I'll move on to the next one. I want to try a different brush. I want to try one of the Tammy brushes just because I've been curious to try it. Let me try on this side. This eye is easier for me to do graphic liner on because it's a little bit more normal, not so hooded and downturned. So let me see if I can do it here. Okay, that did it. I feel like after I kind of touched down, I should have left more room because she put the other two colors inside it, and that square is very tiny to do that. So I might just be able to do one, but anyway, that was my bad. Okay, I'm gonna go on. Next is with, I think, the green, right? Yeah, because it's kind of the pink equivalent. So I am going to use this pink. So I still want it to be thin. So let me pick the thinnest brush. I'm gonna pick this one, the 00 from the Tammy Makeup by Tammy pack I got. Oh man, I'm not supposed to do pink yet. I'm doing the green. Oh my gosh, more coffee. Okay, I'm gonna go into this green because I think it'll get a little bit lighter, like I said, and it'll just be a little bit more noticeable. I'm gonna clean off this brush now that I have pink all over it. Okay, let's do this. Okay, it was a little bit more watery than I should have mixed it a little bit more, just because I don't want it to disappear or bleed too much. I'm gonna bring this around. Like that. All right, let's see if I can fill this in and just keep a little bit for the pink. I don't know. Okay. I might be able to put the most tiniest dot of pink in there. I hope this video is like entertaining a little bit. I feel like I'm being very quiet because I'm having to concentrate so much. This side, I don't think I'm gonna fit any pink in there. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just gonna fill this in. Definitely messed up there, so I'm just gonna go ahead and fill this side in just to be the same. How did I make this side even smaller when I saw my mistake on this side? Like, why didn't I fix it? Questions that I ask myself. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that there, and I think we just have the one more, which is going to be the pink. And this pink is going in mainly like a chunkier version of the C, but it's not, oh, it actually just feathers out up there. It goes kind of almost all the way up, so I need an even tinier brush. See, like these? Here's one, I think this one, 000. They're just not that, like, they're small, like short, they're not like skinny enough for what I'm kind of going for here. Anyway, let's just do this. See how it works. Yeah, see, like once you use product, I feel like it just gets a lot fatter. I'm almost tempted to clean this brush again. You know what I'm going to do? Actually, I'm going to use this one. This is Cut Creaser by Midas. I bought one of them because I just bought the one I felt like I would use the most of. And this is very nice and skinny, and it stays nice and skinny even when I have product on it. It doesn't bulk it up too much. So I'm going to use this. And I can always go back in with that other brush to fill in, I suppose, because this has a lot of the pink. I think this pink is going the chunkiest part here. That's what we're doing, so let me fill it in. I am going to go ahead and switch because that Midas brush is so skinny. It just take a little while to fill this in. What do we think? I don't know. Did I do okay? I gotta look at our thing again. I definitely feel like it would have made a little bit more sense if I did put a little bit of pink in there, but it's just, I done goofed, that's fine, whatever. Let me do it the same on this side. I'm gonna go back into the green though, because I do feel like I need to touch up the green on this side. Like I didn't bring it down far enough, I guess you could say. There's my look. I don't think it's as bad as I thought it would be. Let me go ahead and add mascara. I think I'm gonna keep to what I had said previously. I'm not going to add anything to my bottom line. Let me add some mascara and I'll think about it. I'm gonna just use my favorite Sky High. So I just put in my waterline this LA Girl Pastel Dreams Auto Eyeliner in Magic Mint. And I'm going to leave it at that. I think that's kind of cool to have that pop of pastel neon. The only other thing I don't have or I haven't done yet is inner corner. I think I'm just going to go with the Anastasia highlighter. This is the new one, Iced Out, because it's really icy white. I feel like that'll look really good. If you haven't seen what it looks like, I'm sure you have. Ooh! I didn't expect it to be so like icy gold, and it's taking on, maybe because it's near green, but it's taking on like a lime greenness to it. I like that. Maybe there's a lime greenness in it? I don't know. I cannot wait to try this highlighter. Using it now, oof. I'll use it all over my face too because I haven't put a face highlight on, but ooh, this looks pretty. I should do something with my lips, but I really don't feel like it. Also too, I kind of need to go because Levi's waking up already and this is early for him. Why should I expect anything different? I feel like if you're a mom, I feel like when you have a bad day, it like the whole it rains it pours, or when it rains it pours, totally comes through. Anyway, let me go ahead and just put on a lip oil. I'm going to do my Better London Cinnamon Spice. Yeah, I want a little bit of pink because like it really does look like a lip gloss, but it feels like a lip oil, feels amazing, and this, yeah, brings more life to my lips. So anyway, this is the look. I will go ahead, I like that highlight. I'll go ahead and stick up close-ups like I do, but for my first time doing any kind of intense graphic liner, I'm honestly really happy with how it turned out. I was honestly so scared. There were so many times this morning that I was just chickening out. I was like, Katie, no, you don't want to do that. It's gonna turn out terrible. But this isn't bad. And even on my hooded or like my deep set eyes, even when I open them completely, I probably could have raised this one up a little bit more, but you can still see it, and that's the point. Like for me personally, I know a lot of people do gorgeous eye looks on Instagram and they're always like, oh, you know, in my day-to-day life, I have hooded eyes, so when I open them, you don't see anything or it looks funky and wonky. And I think that's fine, like if you do your makeup and you don't mind that it looks like that and you know, get a great look on Instagram. I'm not saying that, but for me personally, when I do graphic eyeliner looks, I like it to look good in person because I wear it throughout the day. I don't like, I don't know, it bothers me if it looks really wonky and terrible in person. It just bothers me personally. So that's the biggest reason I was so scared to try something like that, because I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like it if it's like just these two things sticking out of my eyes. That was kind of like in the Samantha March when I tried her collab and I tried a new technique. It just looks so weird on my eye shape because I have very hooded eyes that are downturned, so when I open my eyes it just like ate the majority of the look. So all I had were like these two sticks sticking out here and two sticks up here. It just looked terrible. I didn't like it. Even though it looked fine in pictures, like I thought it looked very fine in pictures, and on camera when I posed right, it looked terrible in person, and that's what bothered me. But this, I'm really happy to say, like, I don't think it looks bad when I have my eyes open. I think it looks very pretty, so I'm super happy with how this turned out. I will have all the creators I mentioned today linked down below. Definitely check them out if you want more inspiration for graphic liner looks, and also their videos if you want like a really good how-to. I'll have them linked down below. But I'll also leave a couple other creators who honestly, I follow them because they do amazing like graphic liner looks, and that's what I use for inspiration. So this is my folder on Instagram that's just graphic liner, and anytime I see a pretty graphic liner I save it. But there's just so many people, like every day she does a graphic liner look, so I highly recommend her. So I'll leave them down below in the, oh, I got green. I got green on my phone from the green here. Anyway, I'll leave a couple linked down below if you want some inspiration, and of course those videos if you want a good step-by-step how-to. But yeah, today was just a laid back, just a chill video using this palette, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys enjoyed me getting to watch me recreate this look because I was honestly terrified, so I kind of had to do it on camera to really make myself do it because otherwise I don't think I would have done it. So anyway, with all that said, thanks so much for coming into this very chill and laid back video. I hope I did not bore you with my talk, my hair talk, and all that stuff. If you have any advice on hair, please leave them down below in the description box. I'll link the two people that I mentioned in the video that have been helping me, and if you have any other information, let me know, and maybe I'll just update you in a couple months and let you know if this journey was a total fail, or I guess if it's a success. You guys are going to see more curly hair or more wavy hair in videos. But anyway, with all that said, I gotta go. Levi's awake. I will see you guys very soon in my next video. Bye.